Chapter 2. Ever. Dylan didn't want the third degree. He wanted left alone. The cabin suddenly felt crowded with 2 extra people. And the questions. He needed out. He trampled through the young forest as he headed toward the old growth. I just needed to know he was making it through this. The tangle of branches whipped back at him as he plunged through them. Tall grasses latched onto his shoes until the brush thinned and disappeared. Reaching his destination, Dylan found the fallen log, and with a weary sigh, sat down on its rough exterior. The back of his hand scratched by the thick brown bark of the trunk as he leaned his crossbow against it. His chest expanded as far as it was able while he pulled the musty, earthy scent of the primeval forest. Its aroma as familiar to him as his own. Dylan's breath became faster, both from exertion and emotion. He let his gaze rise from the leaf-strewn ground to the base of one of the ancient hardwoods. He continued all the way up the limbless trunk its crown, where green leaves, edges tinted brilliant yellow, sprang from heavy branches. A few consistent sounds came to Dylan in this part of the forest with a sort of muffled quality. The gentle wind rustled through the tops of the trees as the slight drafts teased at Dylan's hair. Squirrels scolded each other across the forest floor, like 2 squabbling neighbors. Above him, a small flock of birds sang as they hopped from branch to branch. Quiet, peaceful, almost sacred, the time Dylan spent here was as close to a spiritual experience as he'd ever known. In this harmonious place he dared to hope there was more to existence than the dark way he came up in this world. Dylan closed his eyes, soaking in the comfort and solace. He'd found this place as a boy, during a particularly difficult time in his life. It helped restore him then, and he continued to return time after time, drinking in the calm to ease his harassed soul. But now his troubled thoughts continued to plague him. What was I thinking? How do I think I'm ever gonna have a normal family? Besides Wade, I can't even get my blood to care about me. Dylan rubbed his aching chest with the heel of his palm. His shoulders sagged as he lowered his head to his hands, resting his elbows on his knees. Tears had deserted him long ago. Instead, his body quaked with sorrow. Today, even here, he could not find the hope he so desperately yearned for.